Dot Lafferty, and you're now, what age are you now?
88 now.
88. And you've gone and bought yourself a tricycle.
Tricycle. But I've always been fit. I'm not so fit now, that's why I bought this. Because I can hardly walk now, and sometimes the knee gets a bit sore, so I like fresh air. I love zooming down a hill, full speed ahead. And I just love the air, and I'm hoping to get out in the winter time.
How did you transport it from Dundee? You didn't
Well,
cycle from Dundee to Perth.
A friend brought it. He took me down there and brought me back in his van. So it's very good of him. And if I feel too tired, I can get somebody in a van to pick me up. I've got a good phone number, so there you are.
And are you going to become any more adventurous than you are at the present?
Well, what else can I do? Go in an aeroplane?
No, I mean, will you take the bike to Luncarty or...
No, not really, because the pavements are dreadful. Even though you think they're straight, there's a slight bevel in some of them, and the bikes fall in the bevel or a dip. It's really dangerous. Perth's very, very dangerous to cycle in. You can get some frights. You've really to be on the ball.
But this has given you a new mobility.
Yes, it's great.
That a few weeks ago you didn't have.
Well, I just could go down the town and back up again. That's about all, because by that time I was dead beaten. Maybe my knee was sore. I've actually got an artificial knee, but it's been great. But because it hasn't rotated for a while,
No.
it's slow.
Yes, it takes time.
Yeah.
Now, you were a nurse.
Yes.
Where did your nursing career commence?
Oh my goodness, in the bad old days, in the 50s, in the bad old days, to clean and nurse at the same time. I won't tell you that story.
No.
But talk about exciting, it was very, very exciting. But
which hospital was that? You started
I started in a PRI, and then I went to Bridge of Erne. After I was widowed, I went to Bridge of Erne. And I never stopped moving. I moved from the day I was born. I've never stopped.
And that's kept you alive, though.
Yeah. And I've eaten the proper food. I never eat rubbish. Hardly even eat a crisp.
So 90 is taken, that for granted, but you're aiming for 100, surely?
No, I don't. No, not really, because by then I don't think I could walk at all, and then that would be...
Well, you could cycle, though.
Perhaps. No, I'm not aiming anywhere.
And what are your views about COVID? Do you think it's going to get worse?
I think we'll have to live with it. I think it's something we're going to have to live with for the next few years.
I think so.
Because they've got so many vaccines now, they don't know which one's going to work.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So...
What do you feel about pubs and restaurants and cinemas and theatres?
Cut down the numbers, but I think the theatres could work if they have a few performances in a week, scatter the people, distance them. If the artists were willing to perform about 3 times a week. Now,
you were brought up, obviously, on the terrible legend and legacy of Spanish flu. Did you ever think there would be another pandemic as bad as this one?
Oh, never. No, that was a terrible thing.
So you obviously get the flu jab, I take it?
No.
You don't?
I rarely take colds because I take the odd spoonful of cod liver oil.
Yes.
Cod liver oil is good for your hair.
Good for the hair. You have still got lovely hair.
Lots of hair and abundance of hair. But I think that sometimes helps. But you always forget. You were brought up on it. But then you forget about it. But I take the odd spoonful, and that helps. Fish oil it is.
Yeah, but colds are different from flu.
Yeah, well, I've never had the flu, touch wood, and that's why I won't take the injection.
In case you get it.
I hear people saying, oh, I'm ill sort of style. I think I've got the flu.
That's man flu, though. That's a different thing. I've had real flu in 1976, and I was off work for 3 weeks. And one good thing about it is I stopped smoking. I used to smoke small cigars, you know, and I stopped that, and that was a blessing in disguise, I think. And I've never had a smoke
Yeah.
since.
It helps not smoking. I used to smoke cinnamon stick when I was young.
So did I, yeah.
I loved it, and my parents, they were quite strict, but they never said a word. We weren't allowed lemonade, we weren't allowed chips, they were greasy, dirty things. Honest, if somebody was going for chips, I used to go with them so I could take.
Yes.
Get a-
Did you not smoke, did you also smoke rolled up paper newspaper?
No, nothing like
Oh, I
that.
did that, yeah, I did that. And that was probably much worse for you than tobacco, you know.
Of course.
And what about drink?
Never drank.
Dot.
I would say cherry brandy was the first drink, and why I stopped it was, I mean, it was nursing, and I thought, I'm slaving away for a poor wage, drinking cherry brandy, and I'm giving it over to the barman. I'm mad, so I stopped,
Yeah.
just to get the odd sherry. Or,
So you have a
Baileys.
sherry on Christmas Eve.
Baileys and a smoke. I take a roll up from my daughter.
Oh, you take a roll up?
From my daughter every Christmas.
Really? Just one a year?
One or two, honestly, it's pathetic.
Really?
I like the
I like the smell of, I do, I like the smell.
smell of cigars.
You know, I can imagine, well, many years ago I used to stand at Lambride railway station in Murrayshire, near Elgin, and it would be great in the cold winter's day in the waiting room, and somebody would light up, usually the station master himself, a pipe or a cigarette, and it was very warming and nice. I know people don't like the smell of stale tobacco, but
there's
fresh
something
tobacco.
comforting about it, I know. Anyway, that was that. So I've had a busy life, very, very, very busy life, and I'm not going into my personal life. It would horrify you.
Well, we'll save that for another day, and we'll turn off.